Okay. Yes, yes, yes. So thank you, Anu, once again. Thank you so much for being part of this experience with LEARNTOR. I'm so grateful. Since you can join us live, I'll tell people to join us. You can actually watch in the living room. So that
thank you for inviting me, Marcy. Honor to be
thank
here.
you. So actually, let me do a quick of a countdown. So hopefully, where is my brand? Countdown, countdown. Thank you so much, Anu. Thank you. Thank you. I'm trying to go live on Instagram. We'll see how that goes. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Appreciate you always, always, always.
Thank you,
always.
So, thank you for inviting me. It's an honor to be here.
Thank you. This is going to be a very interactive session. Anu is one person. By the way, I met Anu via LinkedIn just 2 months ago. It's like we've known each other for like forever, you know. So I'm so grateful that social media is actually connecting and doing the right things and helping us to leverage the right medium so that we can have the right conversation. The goal of all of this for me, I've given myself a very audacious goal, to say the least, to bridge the skill gap in Africa. That is the goal for LEARNTOR. So I'm hoping that this conversation will equally form that basis of education to help notify people of what we're doing and how they can benefit from all of this conversation. So Anu, thank you most graciously for being on this call and equally lending your experience to the conversation that we're about to have. So we'll just give it another 2 minutes, then we'll start. Okay. Now let me announce to my team so that they can join. But it doesn't matter. It's not so much about when they join. We're just going to start the conversation either way so that people can see what we're doing and be ready to be part of the conversation. But what we are trying to do is have conversation. Sure. And it's about true life experiences, what we have done, how we can do better, what we can do to change the game, to encourage more people to get into the space. So that's the goal. I hope we can achieve that through this conversation. So that's it for me. Thank you so much, Johnny Agoro 13. John Muda, thank you so much for joining. If you're live on Facebook, on Instagram, I would like to ask you to share your fantastic. Hello, Dr. Bola. Thank you for being part of this. So you're more than welcome to drop your details and I will display. I'll encourage you if you're on Instagram, join us on Facebook, on Instagram, on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. LEARNTOR on YouTube, LEARNTOR on Facebook, LEARNTOR me on Twitter. You can interact with us more better there. So Anu, thank you so much for joining. Thank you for obliging me to let me interview you and have this conversation as much as we can. I know that you're an Agile evangelist, so I'm going to introduce Anu shortly. If you want to see Anu, head over to Facebook, YouTube, and join us there. Okay, let me just introduce Anu. I met her literally 2 months ago. I was just checking Anu when we connected on Instagram. Yeah, it's quite fascinating that we connected just 2 months ago. It's like I've known you all of my life, all of it, you know, it's quite interesting. So I just want to say that, let me introduce Anu so that we can get the ball rolling. Anu is definitely a woman to reckon with. By God's grace, soon to be a director, the first Black woman to be a director on Scrum Alliance board. That is a huge deal. I don't even want to speak much to that. Huge deal. Okay, she is trained business agility coach, trained system coach. She has loads of certification. I'd rather Anu talks about them because I know we'll get there. Anu has supported organization in their Agile transformation journey and worked with organizations such as Royal Borough of Kensington and Chelsea, Crossrail, EDF Energy, Capital One, Toyota. She is an ICAgile instructor, certified ICF coach, a Scrum professional, trainer, an enterprise coach, ICP-CAT. There's so many certifications, by the way. And she's an Agile leadership, Kali One, SAFE program consultant, large SAFE practitioner, Scrum practitioner, Agile practitioner, a PMI-ACP project management professional. She has PMI-PMP, Prince 2, as we all know it. Anu is a very passionate advocate of agility and trying to bridge the Agile gap for Africans. She's doing great things in the US, but she doesn't want to stop in the US alone. She wants to make sure it gets to Africa. I mean, how ballsy is that? Anu is equally very passionate about family, very passionate about children. By the way, she loves dancing. I'll try and play her music before we wrap up so she can move some steps. It's important that we do that. So, Anu is another thing that I forgot to mention, the most important Jamil one. Anu is going to be training my student, LEARNTOR student on the 3-month Agile Transformation course on how to get their certification in Scrum, Certified Scrum Master by Scrum Alliance. And this is coming for nothing because of relationship. Remember I said I met Anu 2 months ago via LinkedIn. So Anu, thank you so much and coming and welcome to this channel where we are going to discuss and sharing some of our insights, talking about how people can expose themselves to opportunity. Okay, some people are saying hello to you and I. Thank you, Grace, for joining. Thank you, Caribe. Caribe was in one of your sessions that you facilitated for Wimbies. And he was contemplating of paying $1,000 for your class to take the certification. And here he's having it for free with LEARNTOR. And that's a miracle. Oyi is saying hello, and Grace is saying, okay. Okay, I don't know what Grace is. I think it must be Grace. Always disturbing. Okay, hello, Rosemary. Thank you so much, guys. Good evening, Ma. I want to talk to you in private. Yes, please. You're welcome. After the call, though, send me a DM. I'll try and respond to you. I'll give you a number. Thank you so much, Anu, for joining today's conversation on Let's Talk Agile. I'm trying to bring conversation on what matters, not getting people excited and discombobulated on what is not. Okay, so today is Let's Talk Agile. The first question is, how did your journey start?
Wow.
Or where did you start from?
So my first exposure to Agile was in 2007. A friend of mine invited me to a conference in UK. I was actually in UK at that time. It's called Quickon Conference. I was actually fascinated by the Agile Foundation track because I attended all the foundation tracks. This is my first exposure to Agile, coming from the waterfall mindset of the program manager. And I'm like, what is this thing all about? It's actually cool. And fortunately, Jeff Sunderland was actually speaking during that track about the fundamental factors and practices of Agile. That actually rose my curiosity. And I began to dig deeper into what this whole thing is all about. Unfortunately, at that time, there's no much information out there, but the quickest source of truth for me and confidence available were books. So I started buying books on Agile. I was reading the few blogs that are out there. I was watching YouTube, reading articles, and everything I could find my hand on Agile. And at that time, I actually wanted to transition my waterfall team to Agile, but when you're working in a government organization, don't even think about it. So when I joined EDF Energy in 2008, as a program manager for 2 teams, I got the opportunity. I spoke to the team, I spoke to my manager, and they said, let's give this Scrum thing a try. The first thing I did was actually to conduct a, Agile 101 training, things that I could find on Scrum Guide, things that I could find on YouTube. And the journey began from there, with few resources and, different things that I could lay my hands on. And Mercy, truly during that phase, I was a lone ranger. I had no coach, I had no mentor, I had no one to guide me, no one to support me. I made a lot of mistakes. I was clueless about what Agile is all about, doing Agile, being Agile. I've never even heard about it. I was so much frustrated, because the only thing I knew was the process. It's just about doing Agile. Let's do Scrum, the framework. Let's use the tools that are available out there. And the biggest frustration was I wasn't able to help my team, because Agile is a mindset, is a change in culture, the way we work, the way we do things, the way we collaborate, the way we relate. The way we make decisions, the way we solve problems together as a team. So there was so much frustration going on. And again, coming from the project management waterfall mindset as well, I was actually struggling to embrace the change. And the most difficult thing in this Agile thing is that mindset shift, because a new chapter of our lives need to be shut for a new chapter to be open and for that new part of us to actually arise. So with so much frustration, we learned together, we failed together, we had few successes, we have a lot of failures. And the best part of it was 8 months after then, the leadership team heard about, there's a team that is actually delivering value every 2 weeks. What are they doing? So that actually gave me the exposure to be in front of leadership team, to do a presentation about what we have done together as a team, what we have achieved, our failure. And that started a transformation for that organization. And they brought in coaches, expert coaches and trainers to help us along the journey. So that is my story. That is how I discover, this beautiful thing. And I fell in love with it called Agile.
I actually love the conversation you had there where you talked about there's a difference being Agile and doing Agile. Because a lot of organizations will say we are Agile because we observe the ceremonies, we observe stand-up, we do retro, so it makes us Agile. Could you speak to the difference of being Agile? I know you touched on it a little bit by talking about the waterfall mindset and the agility mindset. So could you speak to it with regards to being Agile and doing Agile?
Oh, yes, I can. So this is what I tell people. We need to do both in order to achieve agility. Even when you look at the Agile manifesto, the first statements of value, there is being Agile, which are the statements on the right-hand side, not on the left-hand side, because I use left sometimes, so it's confusing for me. So the being Agile is on the left-hand side and the doing Agile is on the right-hand side. In order for any organization to achieve agility, we need to do both. But there's more value in being Agile than doing Agile. So let me start from what doing Agile is all about. You've mentioned few of it. It's when you look at the Agile pyramids, it starts from the processes and tools. We all need the tools and the processes. We need the Jira, we need the email, we need the Slack, we need version 1. We need all those tools because there's no way we can function without it, right? Then that is part of doing Agile. We also have the frameworks and the practices. They are also part of doing Agile. We need all those. We need Scrum, we need XP, we need Kanban, we need all the scaling frameworks that are out there. We need Lean. Then when you look up as well on that pyramid, we also have the Agile values and principles. That is the journey of being Agile. That is where it starts from. So let me talk a bit about being Agile. So being Agile is actually the cultural shift. I've seen a lot of organizations saying they are doing Agile transformation. There is nothing called Agile transformation. It is called cultural transformation. Because your entire organization, Agile is not the solution. It's just a vehicle that will help you to achieve your organization vision or goals or outcomes. So when we are talking about being Agile, the leadership culture has to change from telling people what to do, from telling people how to get their work done. What they should be doing is articulating the vision, the expectations. Leaders should be empowering the team and trusting them to deliver. When I look at the Agile Principle 5, which is building projects around motivated individuals and trusting them and giving them everything, I call that the leadership principle. The other principle, actually, anybody can embrace that. Anybody can do that. But who motivate the people? Leaders, Scrum Masters, product owners, stakeholders, managers, executives. Who trust the people? Product owners should be trusting the team with their estimation. Product owners should be trusting the team when they say, this is how we are going to do it. Yeah, team, I trust you. I believe in you. You are talented. You are smart. You are naturally creative, resourceful, and all. And you can come up with your own solution because they are the closest, right, to the problem, to the product that they are building. So that shift needs to happen, you know, from the team, and also giving them the environment to help them to flourish and allow them to do what they know how to do best. The way leaders lead, when we are looking at this culture, leaders create the culture and model the culture. They walk their talk. They do the Genchi Genbuchi work, not just the Gemba work. Don't go and do go and see. Go and see, get the facts, and co-design the solution with the team. Then from the team perspective, the team mindset has to change as well. To proactively thinking about how can we collaborate together to deliver the most important value to our customer in order to improve their customer experience. This mindset, this being Agile, it's a long life journey. It's not something that a team or an individual is going to get in a day, in a month, or in a year. Because our world is changing and things will be changing. The way we think, the way we solve problems, the way we make decisions, you know, the way we work together, the way we interaction with individual, with team, with stakeholders, internal and external, with vendors, with partners, has to change. That's where individual and interaction over processes and tools are very, very important. People are very, very important. And when you look at all the Agile, the Scrum values, all of them sit on the pillar of trust. Without trust, you can never do it. So that's my definition of doing Agile and being Agile, the cultural shift for individual, for teams, and also for leaders and the organization.
Thank you so much. I love that it's not about Agile transformation, it's cultural transformation. Because people, by the way, if you're on Instagram, you're on Facebook, you're on Twitter, please join us on YouTube. It's more interactive. I can display your question. I can display your, on YouTube and Facebook is LEARNTOR, on Twitter is LEARNTOR me. Okay? Now, that's quite fascinating that you actually did say that it's a cultural transformation. because people are used to, I mean, it's quite fascinating. I love the way Lizzie put it when she was on here last time. She said that you get an organization, you get into an organization, they're looking for the best of the best. You put up an advert, 5,000 people apply for the job, and at the end of the day, what did you end up doing? You ended up now recruiting just 1,000 and one person because it was the best. They come into that organization. At the end of the day, what happens is you start micromanaging what they can do and tell them, go this way, go that way. You kill the creativity. And that's what Agile comes to help you develop. Let your people self-organize. Let them trust themselves to be able to deliver. And walk them through by supporting, creating that enabling environment where they can show off their skill, their ability, and be part of the process. And that's what Aanu is saying. That is a cultural transformation. More because I think that's the way we should sell it in Africa. It's not a digital transformation, it's a cultural transformation. People would understand that the culture is a major blocker to delivering results quickly, fast, and achieving great return. Thank you so much for that. I hope you guys are learning this. Oh, thank you, Chikwendu. She said she's loving this. Thank you very kindly. I've displayed your comments, yeah? So, Anna, let's go to the next question. I know you said you dabbled. The truth, one thing that is a major commonality with everyone is the fact that Agile wasn't their first point of call. They found themselves in the Agile space and now said, this is where I'm going to stay. Louisa said something that this is one sector that you can continue working for the rest of your life and you will not be retired because you have value to give to organizations, to individuals by leading them on this journey. There aren't enough information. We need to do something about it. And that's why LEARNTOR is actually making sure we are mitigating and bridging that gap and having a lot of conversation. So why did you choose to remain as an Agilist? Because I see a lot of your certification. ICAgile certified, PSM certified, PMI-ACP. What is it? You want to choose somebody? So why did you choose Agile and not any other? Why didn't you just say, I'm going to become a project manager and stick with that and become certified just in PMP and not just Agile?
Well, Mercy, you know, our world is changing and evolving. Mm-hmm. So if you don't change with the world, you are going to extinct like dinosaurs. So, but to answer your question, I was a program manager before I did that career shift to the Agile space. Having worked on multi-million pounds project, especially the Crossrail project was 15.9 billion pounds project. We wrote the business case for 1 year. The project was going on for like 5 or 6 years, even before I joined, and we have not delivered any value. Fund was going, like budgets, we're just spending money, spending, resources, things like that. I've worked on some successful projects and I've also worked on some not too successful projects because it's either the project went over budget or most of the time, this is not what we asked for by the time we go live. Every department in the organization is working in silo. There's lack of communication and collaboration. There was so much. And also there's no way that we can deal with priority changes. And that's one of the benefits that Agile actually gives to us, right? So, or maybe the project actually miss the market window, or maybe the quality is not up to customers' expectation. Something is always wrong when you look at the iron triangle of the cost and the budget and the time constraint. There's always something wrong. And what actually makes it more frustrating for me is not being able to satisfy the customer after investing time and energy, and the team has worked so hard And at the end, what has been produced is actually below their expectation. So like I said, when I went to the QuickOn conference and I heard Jeff talking about, actually, you can actually deliver ×2 with lesser time with this agile thing, it got me fascinated. And when I heard, oh, we are actually responding to change instead of following a plan. Plan is good, but have you ever created a plan in your life and everything goes according to your plan? No, that never happens, right? Every year we have our new year, new resolution. We come up with a list. I've never seen anyone that says, you know what, with everything that I came up with at the beginning of the year, I actually achieve it at the end of the year, because something else will come up that is more important than what you thought of yesterday or months ago. So, and also because I love developing people, I'm so passionate about people. The benefit of I could actually servant lead. I could coach and help others to prosper and develop themselves, inspired me to go on this agile journey. So, and many, many other benefits that agile actually, comes, things that comes with a package of agile.
Thank you so much, Aanu. This is just indeed very enlightening, and it's power. I love the fact that you said that you love coaching people. Guys, I can tell you for free that if there's anybody that likes to give, even when our children are running up and down, she's still giving. She's focused on giving, because the truth of the matter is there aren't enough conversation with regards to coming into the entrance, the entry point of people getting there. Because people are still misguided, thinking agile is very techy. It's very software different. It's for these people. It's not for me. So I don't want to go into that. Only if you know that you're very wrong, and you can be anything you want to be, like Louisa said, and continue to earn the money as far as we can say. Now, let me ask you the next question. You've been doing this for a while. I heard you say you started your agile journey when you were testing, experimenting. Don't it was see at the end of the day, it wasn't a bad experience. You learned quite a bit in the course of doing that. So, can you speak to some of the challenges that you've had to experience being a Black woman, being a Nigerian in quotes, and even getting to the height of your career? I mean, the first Black, a Nigerian woman. I pray you win. You have to win for me and for many of us that are rooting for you. The director of Scrum Alliance. That's a huge deal. So can you speak to some of the challenges you've had to endure on this path?
So the first challenge I discovered on this journey is actually practicing what I've learned by watching videos, by reading books. They are the hardest part of my journey because I lack experience at that point. I was just experimenting and trying, and if it doesn't work, we adapt and we pick something else that works. But the biggest challenge was letting go of my old habits as a project manager. So I'm going to talk about personal challenge, and I'm going to talk about organization challenge. So as a project manager to becoming a Scrum Master, it was really, really difficult for me to embrace the agile mindset and the potential of becoming a servant leader to my team. It's a big shift for me, especially when you are used to telling people what to do and telling them how to get their work done. And now you are giving a team autonomy to decide how they are going to get their work done, right? So I was frustrated because I keep moving from, the old habit and also embracing the new habit. And it took a while for it to stick for me. And at that point, after struggling for 1 year, I had to go out there to seek for a coach, a paid coach, to help me, to support me, to guide me on this journey. Another challenge for me was courage. You know, after you've boasted to your teams and your manager that let's do this thing called Agile, and they said, okay, tell us how we are going to get started. The courage to be able to speak up, to say, I have no clue. I lack that courage, and the fear of failure. What if everything goes wrong? What if everything becomes worse than what it was before? You know, but we experimented, we inspected, we adapted, we made a lot of mistakes, like I said, but it was a journey. And after a few weeks, I was able to actually speak up to say, you know what, we're all doing this together for the first time. I have no clue. I have no experience. So we are going to learn together. We are going to fail together. So, you know, for those that are listening to us, be courageous, embrace that value of courage. There's nothing wrong in you speaking up and telling your team, I don't know how to do it. Let's do it together. Let's learn together. Let's fail together. Let's succeed together. Then another challenge I have, it was self-doubt. The only Black woman among white guys. In an environment that I'm not going to mention the name of the organization. I was bullied. I was told to go back to my village in Nigeria. I was told that I don't know how to speak English. I was told that they don't understand my accent. So many stories. Then, if meeting is 8 o'clock, this white dude will meet 1 hour before the meeting and they will make a decision. And I'm just walking in and they are telling me this is what they are going to do. And the meeting will just end by 10 minutes. I was so frustrated. I was so upset. It affected me emotionally. But you know what? One day I woke up. I said, you know what? I am small but mighty.
Oh, yes.
Black, but I have the most beautiful skin in the world. I am not a victim. I am a victor.
Yes.
You know, that courage just came from nowhere. And I stood up to them and I said, no, this is never going to happen again. No, I'm not going to tolerate this behavior again. No, this is how we are going to work from now. And do you know I did it? I actually stood on top of a table so that I can be taller than everyone. No, because it has gotten to a point that is either I do something about it or I walk out of the organization. But I found my voice and I spoke up for myself. Not just for myself at that point, I spoke up for every minority individual that has been victimized. Every minority individual that has been bullied, that you should find your voice. And then coming to the organization perspective, we all know that Agile is a journey. It's a modern way of working. Actually, is the most popular innovation method in Silicon Valley. And Agile is all about more collaboration, more visibility, more engagement between the people asking for the work and the people doing the work. It's all about productivity through empower small, stable, self-organized, and cross-functional team. And Agile is about delivering something sooner rather than delivering everything later. Agile is to deliver what is needed rather than what has been asked for. So it was so difficult for the team to just wrap all those in their head. We are used to working in silo. Even we are not used to working as there was nothing cross-functional. I'm a tester, I'm a developer, I'm an architect, I'm a business analyst. I don't talk to you until I'm ready to actually hand off work to you. So embracing that cross-functional mindset was really, 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 really difficult for the team. And also breaking that silo working. It took a while for them to understand that we are a team, we are not a group of individuals. You know, as an Agilist, what you want to do is to turn a team of experts to become an expert team. So that silo mentality was another challenge for me. And it took a while to get the team to become cross-functional by cross-training, by trusting each other, by doing brown bags, by doing lunch and learn, from the technical space and all those engineering practices that they have to embrace. Then from the enterprise perspective, the challenge I've actually faced is the organization design. There is no way you can adopt this agile that we are talking about without doing an organization redesign. You need to change the structure of your organization.
Indeed.
Change the way you reward people from individual reward to team reward. Otherwise, you're creating a culture of competition, not a culture of collaboration. And agile is about collaboration. I always tell teams, I'm not looking for a Superman or a superhero or a superwoman. I'm looking for a super team. So I was so lucky that when I came to US, the organization that I joined, when I joined Capital One, it's all about rewarding the team rather than rewarding the individual. So that actually helped a lot to embrace that mindset of team reward, team performance review rather than individual performance review. So when you don't design your organization to be to enable that one piece flow of customer value, you will have a lot of dependencies. You will have a lot of impediments. You are not going to achieve that speed to market that you want to have. So that is another challenge that I have faced. I've had serious conversations with CIOs of organizations that you want to achieve your goal and you want to achieve it faster, you need to reorganize. You need to change structure. So those are some of the challenges there are so many, but I can speak to.
No, that's even a lot because I can feel you being bullied. I've worked in the UK, so I have the experience of what it means to stand out. I'm very loud. I say to people, I have inbuilt microphone. I don't need a microphone to project. You will hear me clearly. I don't care how massive the hall is. I'm not. You can't hide me. I'm like a light. I illuminate. So you can imagine how repulsive and how anti or alien it is to the white people that are relatively in quotes. They think they're conservative. They're really not. But so thank you for speaking to that. Now let's move on to what are your wins? We've talked about challenges. What are your wins, your victories that you've recorded?
So wins, actually, let me start for myself. Being able to change who I am, the way I think, the way I collaborate, I work, the way I interact with people. So that cultural shift actually started from inside of me. There is no way you can go into an organization and you say that you want to go and change people. You can't change anybody because for every change comes resistance. If you think you want to change someone, what do you think will happen? They are just going to put a block to you.
They become your blocker.
Yeah, they will become your blocker because that means you have triggered trust in them. Because if somebody has been doing something for a very, very long time and you are going into the organization and you are telling them what you are doing is not right, you are not doing agile right, you are not doing this right, this is the best way to do it. No. So I had to change myself, and I learned a lot from my failure that resistance is not a barrier, but it is an unskillful expression of valid concerns. Understanding what is the valid concerns behind the resistance actually helped me a lot. And that was because I decided to take professional coaching seriously. I paid a lot of money and invested myself in systemic coaching, in ICF coaching, in organization relationship system coaching, and so many other coaching so that I can develop the coaching mindset in order to help my teams and organization to prosper. So I had to change me. I had to invest in me. Then another win that I can actually talk about is when I go into organization, I am partnering with them to help them achieve their goal. I'm not showing them, I'm not teaching them. I'm standing side by side with them. And we are working on the journey together. I'm honoring what is working for them. I'm acknowledging it. I'm meeting them where they are. You don't force, you don't push. When I learn that, when I hear that people are struggling with Agile, helping organizations to become Agile, I don't think I've struggled in a while because I don't tell them Agile. I don't even use the word Agile. I want to understand, what problems are you trying to solve? Why do you think Agile is the solution? What do you want to exist for you that doesn't exist right now? What does success looks like? And I'm asking all those powerful questions to actually understand where they are coming from and what really matters to them. Am I still here?
Your Comcast came up. What happened?
I don't know. So can you still see me or you've lost me?
No, I can't see you. I can hear your voice, but I can't see you.
Okay. Okay, it's asking me to reopen.
Okay, yes, I can see you.
Oh, good.
Perfect.
That scared me a little bit.
But that's the thing, though. I say to people, tools are great. Understand that human relationship is greatest.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Because we heavily rely so much on tools, we forget that we are the real people that make the tools successful. So anything can go wrong.
Who created tools? Mercy. It's us.
It's us.
Who actually use the tool is us. If we change who we are, then we can easily change our processes, our practices, the way we use it.
So I think why a lot of people struggle at the Agile journey is purely the fact that there's so much emphasis on tools, there's so much focus on the processes, there's less focus on the people. I love what you said right there. I mean, I'll just speak to the 3-month Agile Transformation training going on with LEARNTOR. I've never seen a group of people evolve they've never met before. The way they've collaborated, because one of the first things I made sure that I signed to everybody was collaboration, collaboration, collaboration. Because some of you are going to get it very quickly. Some of you are not going to get it at all. And some people will struggle just in the middle to get it. So if you collaborate with one another, you support one another, these guys would meet till 2 in the morning. They're having meetings. They're going through what they've learned. They are practicalizing many of these things. And today when I see them and I watch it like, whoa, man, that is what it means being Agile. It's not focused on so much of the tool. It's more focused on the people. How the people can make it work. How you can evolve and adapt. It's okay. You recognize it's okay as a team. We can fail. But in our failure, we must learn a lesson. Thank you so much, Aanu, for sharing. It's time for me to take questions. So if you have any questions to share with Aanu, we're more than welcome to take it now. It's time for questions. Please, let's have your questions, and we'll be happy to answer your questions. Aanu will be happy to answer your questions because Aanu is the one on the hot seat. Thank you, Denise. You have a bunch loaded of certification. What can we focus as Agile coach and Scrum Master? That's a nice question, Aanu. So what can people focus on? Those that are about to embark on this journey. Thank you, Dennis, for asking. So if you have any questions on Instagram or you want to join us so I can display your name, join us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Twitter, LEARNTOR me. Facebook, YouTube is LEARNTOR. So I know what's the response to Denise's question? Let me flash it again. You say you
So,
have, yeah, go on.
so what can we do to, what's the first thing to start with, right? Is that it? So I will say start with a foundational training on Agile. You can get that from Scrum Alliance, or you can get that from scrum.org. I recommend those two organizations anytime, anywhere. Although I'm a big fan of Scrum Alliance, but
Of course.
it's not about the certification name. It's about the value that you are going to get from the training. That really, really matter most. So start from the basic. If you are interested in product ownership, take the product owner training. If you are interested in helping organizations to understand what Agile is and how to be a good Agile organization, or help a team to transition from the traditional way of working to the Agile way of working, then take the Scrum Master certification. That's the beginning. But it doesn't stop from there. Because I've seen a lot of people that have gone for training, the next thing they are taking another training, taking another training, taking another training. No, the next thing you should do is then apply what you have learned in that 2 days training into your practical life. Start from yourself. What part of your life can you actually use this agile mindset, the principles and the value? Create a Kanban board. We all have to-do lists. Think about your plan for a month. Put them in the Kanban board. Trello is free. Idea board is free. There are so many free tools out there that you can use. Put on your to-do activities on it. Create your to-do, doing and done, and start moving it through the workflow. You know, you can be doing, even my children are so young. I have 3 children. The oldest is 5. The next one is 3, and the baby is 2 years old. Before COVID-19, when they go to daycare and they come back, we are doing daily retrospective at home. I'm asking simple questions. Tell me what happened at daycare today. What did you learn? You know, what upsets you? What makes you happy? You know, I'm asking those questions so that I can learn and I can help my children to improve. In my house, we have a Kanban board. My son is 5 years old. He just started school. He has his own simple Kanban board to map out his schoolwork. Although I'm doing most of it for him, but he understands how to move it through the workflow. Then I tell people where you are working right now with your team, speak to them. Oh, I went for this training and this is what I learned, and this is the value it can bring for our team. Let's start with daily stand up or daily scrum, whatever name you want to call it, or daily audio or daily sync up. Don't even give it an agile name, daily whatever. Call it that name, where your team will inspect and adapt and surface issues or risk or impediment that is standing in their way. Start with a physical or an electronic board. Let them see what you do. Let them tell them the value that it gives to you. Start from there. You know what? Those skills are transferable when you go for an interview, because you will remember what you did and you can speak through it when you go for interview. So, in short, start from you. Improving
Thank you
yourself.
so Thank you so much. Basically, is start where you are. Don't just read, because Africans were so heavy certification. The certification this, certification that. I had a dry run with Aanu and said, Mercy, would you like to speak somewhere? And I said, why not? What am I doing? Of course I would. And she said, okay, go and apply for this. See, let me tell you guys, it takes people to succeed as agilists. It takes a team, it's a teamwork, and the team is focused on collaboration. It's through collaboration that you can deliver results quicker, that you can support one another, you can lift who is weak up and be able to mitigate. You can know where your team is. Many of us work in organizations, we don't even know each other's children. We don't know anything about each other because we have not collaborated beyond good morning, hi, good night, how are you, bye-bye. But you see, agility forces you to be in the same space. So organization needs to be woke and start evolving to adapting this approach. So let's see the next question. Okay. Okay, Grace, what's your question? The very message I'm getting from Aanu is change you first. and work on you. Indeed, that is it. Change you first and work on you. So Rashid is one of Rashid did something that was so marvelous to me yesterday. He gave me he's one of my students, right? I don't even like to call them students. I call them consultants because I'm raising consultants that will be in the middle. These guys are going to be getting PSM1 certification, CSM certification for just nothing, just being part of this Agile Transformation training. I don't know where else you can get it. I know Mary Ladia said mercy. Honestly, me, I know she can't understand what I'm doing, but she does because she's giving so much to people. It's obvious that Aanu is bold and courageous. There seems to be a thin line between arrogance and boldness. How do we balance it? Okay? This is equally important because when you have exposed so much knowledge, when you're now trying to share, people will think you're being uppity, you're being arrogant, you're trying to show off. So he's asking the question, where do you draw the line?
So boldness is good, courage is good, but arrogance will not get you anywhere. People don't like, especially team don't like arrogant people. And this is how I work. When I go into organization, teams, leaders, whatever level I'm working with, I've mentioned this already. I partner with them. I leverage their own expertise. They've been doing this business for, God knows, Toyota, for how many years? And for me to just walk into the organization and say that you guys, if you are not agile, you are going to die. Die what? They are one of the richest companies in the world. There's something they are doing that is working for them. Honor that thing that is working for them. Acknowledge it. Praise them. And collectively think about, where would you like to see change? They own the agenda. They own the problem. They own the solution. Where would you like to see change? What would you like to change? What is not working for you that you would like to improve? I go into every organization or any conversation with a coaching mindset. If you come to me and you ask me questions, I'm going to ask you powerful questions. I'm not the one that will tell you how to which career to embrace. I'm going to ask, what are you passionate about?
Mm-hmm.
What gives you smile when you wake up in the morning? So you will become arrogant when you start faulting everything that they are doing. You don't fault it. You help them to discover. I always say that Scrum Master and coach, what do? You hold up the mirror to them. Assuming a mirror is in front of Mercy, and I'm asking Mercy, look into this mirror, what do you see? Are you white or black? Are you wearing glasses? Do you have dimples? You're holding up the mirror to them and you're asking them, what do you see? And they are the ones speaking about what they see. They will tell you what is good and what is bad. Then the next thing is this. What do you want to do about it? What would you like to do? What will work for you? I don't give answers because that is where the arrogance comes in. Always know that the people are the experts in what they do.
Exactly.
See them as naturally creative, resourceful, and all. Your goal is to build that trusting relationship. If you don't have that trusting relationship, they will frustrate you. Kai. They will frustrate you like that.
And how do you remove human impediments in the path? Anyway, yeah. So I love what Gloria said. Gloria is one of my LEARNTOR consultants, okay? She came, she didn't understand data analytics, business intelligence. So look at what she said. Collaboration had helped me as a student at LEARNTOR. Guys, call yourself consultants, yeah? Agile is the way to go. Gloria came in not knowing business intelligence, but because they got the message of collaboration, but because they understood, Gloria is a seasoned employee where she works. So now she's come to learn the agile way of working. She's learned some other skills that has now enhanced her job. Now she's a star, because I remember sharing her testimonial in St. Mercy. that you won't believe it. That, oh, my bosses are this, they're like, what? Just little data gathering as like transition to Gloria. And like you said, she was an expert, but she just needed for her to see in the mirror that I, Gloria, I've got potential to become a data intelligence, a data analyst, an agilist. I've got the ability to be that. So this is what that LEARNTOR is trying to bridge the gap. And like I say to myself, I'm very passionate about human development, and that's what LEARNTOR is trying to mitigate. Push that narrative where we can change the story in Africa. So I'm very, you speak to that for me, you speak to that core. Let me read the next question. I love what Mary said. Mary said certification, but no qualification. And that's the real problem.
It's not about certification. You can have 1 million certification. So why do I take certification? It's because there's always knowledge to be gained from every certification. I go there to seek knowledge, not to stamp that certification in front of my name. It's not about that.
Okay, Danny says having that agile is new in Africa. Is consultancy the way to go once you have 3 to 5 years experience? And let me just say this, guys. Don't focus on the title. Anna just said now with her children, she has a Kanban board. Just the fact that she can move a work in progress, that this is supposed to be done, this needs to be done, and that is being completed. It's a mindset. If you can start lending expertise and offering yourself, you will become a valuable consultant without even you giving yourself consultancy title. Just look for areas that there are problems that you can actually offer them counsel, support in guiding the team. And remember, you're not going to tell them what to do. You're helping them bring out the juice that they have. And what would you like to add to that?
So from my story, I didn't have 3 to 5 years experience.
Exactly.
I started from zero experience. Don't forget that Agile is all about experimentation.
Yeah.
You know, you experiment, then you inspect and adapt. If it doesn't work, pivot and then adapt, make changes. It's all about continuous improvement, continuous learning, continuous improvement. It's a learning cycle. You know, I've seen people coming to me saying, okay, I've tried Agile at home. How can I try it at work? Speak to your manager, find allies within your team that you can share your knowledge, you can share your story with. And one thing is this, go with the facts. If you show facts, people will believe you. If you are just people with no facts, there are so many successful stories online. Go and look for case studies of successful agile transformation in an industry similar to yours. Go and show it to your manager. This organization that is also a financial organization did XYZ. This is the result. And they are the same challenges and problems that we had. So if we do exactly what they did or some of what they did, we can have a better result than what we are having right now. Then you can go and find organizations that you can volunteer for. I have mentees that are volunteering for NGOs, helping them to use Agile with their initiatives. So you don't need to 5 years. Start from where you are right now. Go and seek. Opportunities are out there. Go and seek for that opportunities. Find it, seek for it until you find it.
Indeed. Indeed. Thank you. If you're on Instagram, I think the live broadcast is about to end in another 1 minute. Join us on YouTube, LEARNTOR, or on Facebook, LEARNTOR, on Twitter, LEARNTOR me. So we can have a conversation there. Indeed, find where opportunity, as you were speaking to Agile, Franca, she's one of our consultants. She says, to be agile, we need to respond and adapt to change constantly. Once you fail, pivot. It doesn't work, change it. And that's the only way, because it's very empirical in its processes, it's very empirical in the way it works. So Let's see. Carrie B is another consultant with LEARNTOR on that 3 months Agile transformation, although Aanu calls it cultural transformation. He says, how can you change? He says, how can you change from a finance banking career path to any other career path to a career with Agile without having to start from the bottom of the organization, especially when you have no experience?
So find a coach or find a mentor.
Indeed.
So start from there. I told you my story. I had none at the beginning and I struggled so much. I was frustrated. I almost gave up until I found a coach that actually helped me on my journey. I have many coaches that I'm paying because there are different values I'm getting from each one of them. Then when we are talking about this Agile for finance, one of my success story was at Capital One. When the senior VP of the operations team came and said, "Oh, I love the stories I'm hearing about Agile in the technical space. How can we bring Agile to the business side?" And I said, "Okay, so what problems are you trying to solve? So why do you think Agile will give you that value, that outcome?" And he said, "Actually, when customers ask for loan, it takes..."
I'm sorry. Join us in 26 seconds. It's going to end. I'm not going to come back live. Join us on YouTube, Twitter, or Facebook. Just search for LEARNTOR. You find us. Or LEARNTOR me on Twitter. We're still going to be live there for the next few minutes. Yeah. Go on, Aanu. Sorry.
So this is a business team. This is not IT team. This is a team of bankers, credit analysts, underwriters, booking and funding, and the people that document. So we've all gotten loans and stuff from different, maybe car loan or mortgage loan or card loan or credit card and stuff like that. So you understand the process. So the outcome they want is they want to reduce the lead time. How long does it take a small business customer to ask for loan and for the loan to be deposited into the account? So they want to reduce that lead time. Very simple. You don't need one crazy tools or processes. The first thing I did was to do value stream mapping. So walk me through the end-to-end process of what you do. And by the time they started from the customer journey, customer walks into the bank or customer makes a call or customer goes online to apply, to the process of when the fund is being funded into the customer's account. Then I ask them to step back, look at this. Where do you see waste in your process? They identify the waste. You just use a tool or you use some coaching skills and ask questions. They will talk. They will tell you the problems. And I said, this is your current state. What is your desired state? They did the value stream mapping again. And I said, okay, what can you do that could help you to achieve this? After telling them a bit of what Agile is, the values, the principles, and a little bit of walk through 2 hours conversation of what Scrum and Kanban is. They said Kanban, so use the power of 3. There are some times that the team may not know what to do, and you may have to give them some solutions, especially when they are new to Agile. Use the power of 3. Power of 3 means give them different options. I've seen a team does this, another team does this, another team does this. Which one of these resonates with you? Which one of these will work in your own context, your business context, or your business situation? And they said Kanban will work for them. So now I've walked you through different meetings that you can have, all those events, Scrum events, Agile meetings, Agile events. Then they said this daily thing will work for us and we'll call it daily audio. So they do daily audio every morning. It amazes me to hear, yesterday I decisioned 2 loans. Today I'm going to work on 1 additional loan. Yesterday I reviewed 5 documents. Today I'm going to continue to review 2 of the documents because I was only able to achieve 3. Those conversations was golden for me and was golden for them, and they are raising impediment. From there, they became a bit of cross-functional, apart from the underwriter's duty because of Sarbanes-Oxley and all those regulatory requirements. If you are not an underwriter, you can't make decision on loan. In 2 months, their process efficiency went up by 46%. Just by implementing some of these agile practices. You don't need to do everything. What is the simplest solution that can help your team or your organization to achieve their results? Is that 80-20 Pareto rule? How can we get 80% of value from 20% of effort? It's not about Scrum, it's not about Kanban, it's not about scaling framework. It's about the simplest solution. You don't even need to give it an agile name that will help you solve your complex problem.
I'm sure, Kyrie B, you've learned quite a lot from that because she has given you practical things that she did to achieve that result. And by the way, I need to give a shout out to my pastor. A big, okay, said, Mercy, this is good. I'm listening. Thank you so much, sir. That means a lot. Anyway, guys, the purpose of this is to have conversation. Many organizations are struggling purely because of the hierarchical structure, purely because of our mindset and the way we do business. One only question I always ask people is, can you name for me how many generational wealth that we have in Africa? I start with Nigeria, then we now expand into Africa. We know McDonald's. McDonald's started donkey years ago, several decades. We know KFC. We know Toyota. We know Hyundai. These are companies that the founders are dead and long gone, but these businesses are still operational today. Why? Because they understood where to focus on. My pastor will say, title without entitlement is just anger and frustration, because a lot of people are so bogged down with title. I am this. Do you know who I am? Agile helps you to break that wall. You have to work with the people. You have to work in the team. There is no I. It's about we. It's about us. It's about all of us. How do we achieve this result? You understand? But we know that there are always resistance that always occur. And as a result of occurring, it affects growth. It affects us to grow. And that's the conversation LEARNTOR is trying to have. I know I'm taking baby steps. I know my baby steps with my over 20 participants that is on this Agile Transformation training. I like to have borrowed Aanu's work, cultural transformation training, leveraging Agile, is purely this, to have conversation, to bridge the gap, to help you bring out the potential that you have. I started at zero experience, zero. And my journey is not 20 years ago. My journey is not 15 years ago. My journey is 2018. I was broke. I was frustrated. I was having a midlife crisis. I didn't know where to go or where to navigate. But at the end of the day, one thing was sure. One thing was constant. I knew I needed change. I didn't know how to find the change, but the change finally found me when I embraced the Agile way of working. And today, the result is about this 19, 20-something people that are taking this LEARNTOR Agile Transformation. And by the way, I need to speak to something, Aanu. I met Aanu 2 months ago, but when we interact, the way she opens up opportunities to me, would think that I've known her for a very long time. I've never met Mary in my life. Mary and I started this Let's Talk Agile. It was my first guest. I've never met her. I met her through LinkedIn. I've never met Aanu. I've never met Lizzie. And Lizzie now is going to be facilitating for my student for free without paying a dime. These are courses that people spend $1,000 to take certification of CSM or to take certification of PSM. But they're getting it for free, all because they took the bold step of journey with LEARNTOR. And that's the result. That's the conversation we're trying to have. And that's the goal we're trying to bridge. This is all the things we want to do. And hopefully, we will find success eventually in the journey that we're doing by evangelizing agility. Do you have some reward system that you have created that don't depend on HR? Anu, but we
So
need to wrap up in the next 10 minutes. Yes, go on.
So I don't really create a reward system. I ask the team to create reward system that makes sense to them and will give value to them. I've seen teams that every sprint they will nominate one person that has gone beyond and above normal duty, to support the entire team. They will actually nominate, they will decide who is the winner every sprint. Personally, I give $20 gift card. The product owner and the Scrum Master also give gift card to the winning individual. And also, I worked with the manager of the organization, of the team, to actually give $50 gift card. One thing I love Capital One. Capital One is all about developing talent. They will do anything and everything. So $50. So allow the team to come up with a reward system. They know themselves, they know what they value. I don't give them, I can just facilitate. And whatever works for them works for me. It's about them, it's not about me. It's their reward, it's not my reward.
Anyway, thank you so much, Anu. In my usual balance, by the way, I have a LinkedIn training. Like I told you, I'm connected with great minds. Anu is one of them. A LinkedIn training that is coming up on 3rd of October, and it's on a Saturday morning, where you can learn the tricks and the secrets of LinkedIn. So if you'd like to sign up, there are links on my Twitter, on Facebook. Please go and sign up. I like feedback from because that's part of being agile. I'm not just doing agile, I'm being agile. We've been talking for the last 1 hour. I'd like part of agility is retro, and it's part of reviewing what you have done well, what you didn't do so well. We want to get your feedback. What did we do so well? What did you like? What connected with you? What did Anu say that really resonated with you? I'd like to take a few feedback, and it's important that you can share. That would mean the world to me. Please drop your comment in the chat, and I'll display as well. So what did we do so well during this process? What did we share that inspired, motivated, or what don't you like? It's not just about what did we do so well? What did you not like about the process as well? What did you not like? It's important that I get your feedback. Anybody willing to share? I know I have 13 people watching live at the moment. Some people have left. Anybody wants to share? What did you take away? What are your takeaways? I'll give you another 1 minute. Maybe some people are typing. So this is just going to serve as our own feedback, to be able to say, yes, okay, we did something okay, or did you learn something? What are your lessons learned in this conversation? Or you didn't learn anything at all? I'm happy to hear it was a waste of my time. Yeah, I mean, I'm not afraid of that. Feedback that says the breakfast of champions. I'd like to know, was it a waste of time? And I need to ask you the final question. How do you feel if you ever win? I'd like to hear. And let me actually make sure that it's just your face, because I might just display it. So how do you feel if you should emerge as the director of Scrum Alliance? I know.
I'll feel great. Let me put it that way. It's something that's never happened in the history of any of these agile big bodies. Having a black and not just a black, a female black from Africa to be on the board of director is like breaking the historical record that's never happened before. It's creating a new record. Let me put it that way. And not just for me, for my African community, for my African family. it will be great. It will be
in that order, I would like to say congratulations in advance. I pray and I hope that you win, because that win will change the narrative. It will change the conversation, because we're not giving the credit that we due. Most of us in Africa, we're not recognized for the work that we've contributed, and we have contributed quite a lot. It's because a lot of people work so hard. They're not working smart. And you are one of the smartest working women that I know. She has a program that she's coming up to do in Nigeria. It's about changing the game as well. So I'm definitely going to play that video. And my video will now be to congratulate you for winning. Because a lot of us really need you to win. We need that win. It's important for us. So let me display some of the feedback, okay? Some of the feedback. They say feedback is the breakfast of champions. Okay, I need to get some of the feedback. So, let me see. Where was I? It was Dennis that asked the last question. I need to start after Denise. And he said, "Do you have a reward system?" Okay, I'll start with Grace. Grace says that, let me push herself in there so that Aanu is a gold mine. Indeed, she is. Grace, that's another consultant with LEARNTOR. Mercy, thank you so much. This particular discussion today is life-changing. Whoa. That is huge. Great feedback. Aanu, right? You reckon? What do you think? Thank you. So Franca says, in an agile space, collaboration is key. Thank you. And that's what we have done today. We have collaborated. Lucy Zimba, personal journey, connect with people. Great, thank you. So she has shared her personal journey. I've shared some of mine, but I'm not the one on the hot seat. It's Aanu that is on the hot seat. So Dennis says, elbow cough. Continue the work, Agile. I want more time, but awesome learning from you. I hope I will be next in the future.
I can't wait to see Dennis on the hot seat.
Yes, but you have to prove yourself. I'm not just bringing people here. I'm not about having just conversations that are baseless. I need conversation that would impact. I know Agnu's story. I know her journey, so I know how impactful her story is, especially when she becomes the first female Black Nigerian woman, an American Nigerianized woman, to become the director of Scrum Alliance. Whoa.
I'm a Nigerian woman.
A Nigerian woman, for that matter. Aanu discovered herself early, so for its inspirational and for it is inspirational to me. More grace, thank you. It's not about how far. I discovered mine very late, but I'm opening doors for myself. Any door that is refusing to open, I'm using bulldozer, my entire body. I'm pushing that bloody door open. I don't care what. Nothing is stopping me. LEARNTOR is the best. Oh, thank you very kindly, Rosemary. Let's talk Agile session so far. Thank you so much. Aanu, merci. Agile is the way to go. I have learned. Merci beaucoup. Merci, chérie. Merci. Okay, so we'll take a few more. LEARNTOR is the best. Okay, I've read that one. So Bola, Oyebola, Omoya. Aanu has been exceptional. Aanu has just expressed the commendation I heard about her. She's excellent and well knowledgeable at what she does. Keep it up. Thank you, Aanu. Okay, so Lucy Zimba says, congrats, Aanu. You deserve it. Remember our conversation. Okay? I'm sure you will remember.
Please send the message. I can't remember, please.
And by the way, to connect with Aanu Gopald on LinkedIn, she's open to connection. Connect with her on LinkedIn. Tell her you were live with her on YouTube, okay? Bola Omoya, LEARNTOR, thank you so much that you have given us at LEARNTOR College of Agilists. I love that. It's so huge and similar to what Aanu has been saying. So at the right place with LEARNTOR. Indeed, you are. So thank you so much. Anu, any last words?
So there is no perfect agile frameworks or any scaling framework, but there are good scaling patterns. Think about what agile means for you individually and what agile means for your organization, and pull what works. This, remember I said the most simplest solution to solve a complex problem. Discover what agility means for you. What it means for me is different from what it means for LEARNTOR, and it's different from what it means for you individually and for your organization. You don't have to force Scrum or force Kanban or force SAFe or any of those framework down the throat of the people. Because if it doesn't work, it will lead to frustration and change fatigue, and they will blame you. So please discover what Agile means and use that. And for everybody, I say this to anybody that I speak to, the most talented human beings in the world are Africans.
Yes.
We are smart, we are intelligent. There's nothing we set our heart to do that we can't do. One thing about me is this: nothing can stop me from achieving my goal. The only person that can stop me is myself, and I don't allow myself to stop me.
Exactly.
Where I am today, if I tell my story, it's all about personal, family, investment. I have 3 babies. I have to look after them. My husband loves fresh food. I have to cook every day. When everybody is asleep at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, I will study every day for 3 hours, and I'm still learning for 3 hours. Sometimes I don't sleep until 1 or 2 o'clock, and I wake up very early. Why? Because I want to become the best version of myself. So please become the best version of yourself. You are talented, you are creative, you are intelligent, you are better than any other person. See yourself as the best. Believe in yourself. Believe in the God's given gift inside of you. You can do it. The world is waiting for you to emerge. Everything that you needed in life has been given to you. Tap into it. In front of you, he has laid tables of so many things that you desire. Just take it. You are not a beggar, you are a commander. Stop begging for what God has already given to you. I'm speaking right now because I'm speaking to Africans and we believe in God. You are not a beggar. Don't ask God, God, give me this. He has given it to you. Take it and use it wisely, and all your endeavors will be blessed. You've got this. Start from where you are right now. And I can't wait to celebrate every one of you. As I'm celebrating Mercy, I spoke with Howard. He called me, the CEO of Scrum Alliance. He called me 3 days ago, and he said he saw the fire in you and the passion, and that's what got him connected to you. And I said, that's for you. So this passion, this fire that is burning inside of you, do not allow it to die.
Can't.
When I started many years ago, it was filled with frustration. It was filled with, is it going to work? Is it not going to work? When I started my Agile African webinar, sometimes I will have 10 people, 5 people, but I did not stop. Now I have more than 100 people coming to listen to thought leaders about Agile. Now it's 2 years old. So do not stop. Even if it's only one person that joined, continue. If nobody joins, continue to do what you know how to do best.
I'm not focused on numbers. Number has never been my thing. So I'm very, very unbothered by that.
Yeah.
So for me, anybody that listens to what I do was ordered by God to listen, because God wants to change their life. What we have shared here indeed is life transforming. It's helping people break limitations they have set for themselves. It's helping people think out of the box. It's enlightening people's mind. So anyone that comes to my platform is coming to change their lives. So I'm not worried. Number is not my problem. Number doesn't help anybody. Africa has the largest number in terms of population. We have the best number is our gift, but what have we done with the number? That's a big question. Impact is what LEARNTOR is focused on, and I hope that we can bridge the gap. Choma said something. Thank you, Anu. Today's session was just speaking to me. Exactly. Is that not what I just said? Thank you, Anu. Thank you, Mercy, for always bringing the best to your platform. I told you, anyone that connects the LEARNTOR, God has divinely orchestrated your path to meet with LEARNTOR, because you're going to have a life-transforming experience. That is a given. So, Choma says, Anu, we are closely rooting for you. We're solidly behind you. Indeed, we are. Okay, thank you so much, everybody. You are not a beggar, yes, but we are commanders. Africans need to get out of the mindset of entitlement, a mindset of, is my Oga, I have to move up. Become an Oga yourself. Become a thought leader. Position yourself in your home, in your family, in your church, in your community, even at work. Offer solution. People want, Simon Sinek says, people don't buy what you sell, they buy the why you sell it. So focus on your why. And Lizzie said it so aptly. He said, find your value factor. Every one of us needs to find it. Thank you so much, Anu. I really appreciate it. I'm going to end the broadcast. We're going to have our retro. Just evaluate. I won't call it daily stand-up. We'll just review what we have done. Thank you so much. Bye-bye, everybody. Thank you for joining.